Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 886, with my Star Wars Rogue One hat on. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor Farley. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
What's up, Chris?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really distracted by the Rogue One hat. It's throwing off the doctor.
I'm sorry.
I'm joking.
Well, actually, you know what? There's a way to fix that, actually. Okay. You're right.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So, what news do we have for Doctor Who, Connor?
Oh, right. Hang on. You've caught me off guard here because I thought we'd be going into the requested thing at first.
Well, while you're getting that, let me do the requested thing, right?
Yeah, that'd be better.
Okay, so we had ever since I made 1,000 subscribers, we had a lot of people commenting about 1,000 subscribers, and people love the Real Whovians cast. And we had a request about what would we think would be in the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, which I'm going to change that a little bit because I do feel, why would we have to wait 60 years? What if they did something at 55? Or, we don't know. They may do something big. I, for one, think that they would have Peter Capaldi, which whether he's a doctor or not, he would be in it, with Matt Smith, with David Tennant. Now, as far as Christopher Eccleston goes, I don't know if he would be in it, but it would be nice for him to be in it. So I think it would be like a 3 doctors type of thing. But if they don't want to copy and have 3 doctors, they may want to do 4 doctors, have Paul McGann in on that, okay? Some type of multi-doctor story arc, Omega, if they could use him or something else, just to get everybody together. And I think that regardless of what Stephen Moffat says, I think they should do that because they should make a reason for it. Okay? People have been dying for one of those since the 50th, and with the Zygons and everything, it was like, So, let's give them a better reason to get together. And that's what I think. If it was that far, 60 years, meaning, I guess, 7 years from now, then, I don't even know how many doctors we would have. I don't know if Peter Capaldi would stay 7 years, or we'd have 2 other doctors after. So it's hard to tell that far ahead. But I think definitely David Tennant and Matt Smith will be part of it, and I'm pretty sure Peter Capaldi. What do you have to say, Connor?
The thing is that I do think it will last until 60th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want another special so soon, really.
Really?
I think the best that they could do is do something that they did with An Adventure in Space and Time. With Mark Gatiss, and probably pick another point in the history of the show that was quite significant.
Right.
That changed the show forever or something, I don't know. And then adapted that again.
Right.
I think the thing with multi-doctor stories is that no one really knows how to write one. It's an impossible art. The only people that got it right were basically Terrence Dicks, Robert Holmes to a certain extent, and Barry Letts, really. That was it. And that was all in the 3rd and 4th Doctor era, and 5th for a large degree, because, of course, the 5 Doctors.
Yeah.
But since then, it's just...
Well, I like the 2 doctors. I like Colin Baker and Patrick Troughton.
Yeah, it was quite good, yeah. But, compared to the other 2 main ones, the 3 doctors and the 5, it just really... I don't know, it just sort of...
Well, why couldn't we have minisodes? Where like we did with Time Crash with...
Yeah, I'd be up for minisodes.
What about you, Chris?
Like you said, it's kind of hard to speculate on something that's that far off. However, this might be an unpopular opinion, but depending on how the show is received at that time,
Right.
I think maybe what they should do is do a bigger, maybe a special, maybe not a special, but maybe like a multi-part kind of thing, and then maybe give the show a little bit of a break after that. Maybe give it a break for like a year or two, maybe. Maybe not even just a year or two, maybe a little bit longer if it's not being received as well, so that you can kind of give it time to be missed. Again, if it's not being received as well, if it's being received like it was in the past, where the ratings are really high and people are really really into it, then obviously you wouldn't do that. If you had a situation where the ratings were really high and you had a good viewership of the show, I would still stick to maybe doing a multi-part thing. As far as multiple doctors, I think I'd rather them stay away from that, to be honest, this time. I think maybe if they do something big with whoever the doctor is at the time, and maybe they do some references to past adventures with other doctors, like things that happened in the past come into play during this whatever the story they're telling. I think that would be good. But as far as having multiple doctors, maybe it depends on how they do it. It depends on what story they're trying to tell.
Right. Do you think that Moffat will come back for a multi-doctor story, or once he said he's leaving, he's leaving? Connor.
I think once he's gone, really. I can't see a way for him to come back, to be honest.
Yeah. All right.
I don't think Chibnall would want him there as well, like
right.
in the immediate future, looking into Chibnall.
I mean, maybe he wanted Rusty Davis, but Chibnall might not want him, period. Right. That might make sense. And it's nothing against him. It's just that's his show now. So.
Yeah, it's a bit. It would be a bit weird bringing back an old showrunner.
Yeah.
Fair enough bringing back a one-off writer that hasn't written for years, like in Series 10 with the classic writer. But bringing back a showrunner would just be a complete culture shock, probably. And it'd probably put Chibnall off.
Yeah.
He'd be under pressure to perform to what Moffat wants of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Which is what we're getting right now. So.
Yeah. All right. Now, do you guys want to talk about the news on here also? We could do that, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, first bit of news is that Toby Whithouse, who wrote School Reunion, The Vampires of Venice, The God Complex, A Town Called Mercy, and last year's spooky two-parter, Under the Lake and Before the Flood, has said he's writing episode 8 of the new series. So that's another writer confirmed. Moffat said that he wanted him as more of a stay, like a I'm thinking of the word, someone who sticks with the show for. He's less of a freelance sort of aspect too.
See, this is what I don't understand. Like, if he's not with the show anymore, Moffat, who cares?
Yeah, it's like,
I mean,
Moffat wants to keep Whithouse around. Like,
see, but this is what annoys me, is because Moffat's stating things that he would want to be done while he's not there anymore, but they don't have to listen to him. He suggests they never have a multi-doctor story for a long time. They don't have to listen to him. I mean, this is the problem that we had, is that we wanted the classic doctors. He didn't give it to us. We wanted classic companions. He didn't give it to us. So if Chibnall does what Moffat wants, then the fans are going to be pissed off. I mean, not that Chibnall has to do everything the fans want, but we want change, man. So, back off, Moffat, and, we don't want no more influence. That's the whole point. You're going to leave, you're going to leave. And you're going to take all your stuff with you, and then he's going to have a fresh thing, whatever he wants. And what he wants shouldn't be what Moffat wants. That's what bothers me, I'm saying.
I mean, between Moffat and Chibnall, Whithouse has worked with Chibnall before, so maybe
that's different. But Moffat
maybe Chibnall will want to keep him around as a sort of because what I was going to say is that Moffat wants to keep Whithouse around like he kept Gatiss around for so long.
All right, that's nice. I mean,
Yeah, it's like,
but I mean, do you agree with me, Connor? I mean, he's leaving. He's
yeah,
not the showrunner anymore.
yeah,
I don't. I mean, if I was Chibnall, not to be a dick, but I'm like, oh, thank you. And then, like, when he leaves, I'm like, I'm sorry, Toby Whithouse, unless, of course, he wants him to be in there. But, like, that's it. We don't want Moffat 2.0. I mean, we want Chibnall to be his own person and do his own things. And if he wants to throw classic companions in there, yes. But no influence from Moffat. Don't Moffat write this 20-page thing on how to do Doctor Who. I don't want that. And then they're going to follow his guide. Then it's like he never left.
yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Chris?
Well, I mean, if he's just making suggestions, I really don't think it's a problem. If he thinks that he's gonna be able to like control the show while not being there, like leave like this is how you do it. I think that Chibnall could just look at that and go, yeah, okay, whatever, and not do it. But I don't think it's a problem if he's maybe saying, hey, maybe you should do this when I leave, or maybe this is what you should consider doing. I don't think he's trying to. I don't think that he's like, oh, I'm still going to be in control of this show even if I'm not there. I don't think it's like that.
Yeah, but that makes no sense. If he's burnt out, then how could you all of a sudden have all these ideas that, like, I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, he could be burnt out for doing the show, but still have ideas that he wants to do. But he's not motivated enough, or he's tired of doing the show, so he's not going to get the chance to do them. And maybe he's trying to not push Chibnall, but maybe he's trying to leave these ideas with Chibnall as things that maybe he could do, or maybe they could do.
I mean, when he did Russell T. Davis' stuff, it came out all fakakta. I mean, the whole reason with Capaldi taking the face and everything, I mean, that supposedly, I mean, like, whatever, man, that was just a waste. And, the whole thing with the doctor marrying in the 50th, I was like, okay, that didn't go over well with Russell T. Davis, really. So, I mean, I don't know. What else do we have, Connor?
We have got some set pictures, which is a bit of a rarity this year. I think this is the first set of set pictures.
Is Missy like this?
No, Missy's not there,
Okay.
which is a bit weird.
Right.
We have got an alien, which I'll screen share now
Yes,
if
please.
I can.
So that thing you told me before about Missy possibly regenerating in the episode, was that unconfirmed? It's not confirmed?
That's unconfirmed, but I have a feeling she will, even without anyone
Will
telling.
she regenerate and we'll not see who she regenerates into?
I think we will.
Oh, we will.
But then we might not see them for a few years because maybe Chibnall will want to.
So in other words, and this is what I was talking to because it was very important. I said, did Chibnall choose the master? Because if Chibnall didn't choose the person that she's going to regenerate into, wouldn't he just create his own if he wanted to anyway, or be under pressure of using Moffat's new master? That's my point.
If she's regenerated, I would be inclined to believe that Chibnall's had some input in who the master is. So I think he's created more of his own, and that's why she's regenerated.
Right.
So yeah, it's not much. It's just a sort of back shot of the alien. But
Yeah, it looks like they got the mask on, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Someone suggested it's a Silurian, which would be a bit weird, being that this is in the middle of a desert.
I mean, that's a little gray. I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. And also, the episode seems to be based around. There was an actor that was both playing a journalist and a secret agent sort of guy with a big machine gun, which was a bit weird. And then you had loads of. If I can find a picture, this is the guy here. That basically says incognito. I can't read.
Agent infiltrated among journalists.
It's like he's like a journalist. So he's acting as both a journalist and it's at the bottom there. Infiltrated among journalists. End of shooting for Doctor Who. Haha, what fun. Here we go. This confirms that it's based on Earth because these are actual soldiers from the UN, from the United Nations.
That's really the United Nations? Why are they there now? They're just...
Yeah, I know it's a bit weird. I don't think we've ever seen the United Nations in Doctor Who.
I don't know.
I can't remember an instance when we have, to be honest.
Maybe they were there and they said, "Oh, can we film while you're here? That'd be cool." And they're like, "Okay."
If they're wearing a blue helmet, it indicate. I think it's the peacekeepers. So there's probably some sort of a issue going on with the alien and the humans, like the journalists and stuff, and they're trying to keep the peace. Okay. You know, and it probably makes sense that the Doctor and Bill and Missy and all that sort of stuff get involved somehow.
Right. I had this weird thought, Connor, and I don't know why it crossed my brain, but I had this thing that what if Missy regenerates and it's actually Nardole? Not Nardole, but she takes the form of a Nardole, and the Nardole that we see is not the Nardole from Husband's River Song because he never got his head put back on, but he's just posing. It's like the Master posing as Nardole.
That'd be a bit weird, actually.
And it would be like a Turlo weird thing, like a twist, meaning that Missy wants to hang out with her best buddy, the Doctor, but to do it, she regenerated into Nardole.
I mean, in terms of Turlo sort of situation, I would prefer it if it was sort of like revealed in a big episode.
Because you know how she showed he's like, "I am the Doctor," like a joke.
Yeah.
For the Christmas special, what if he's actually the Master, not the Doctor, and it was just Moffat being sarcastic?
I think that would be pretty lame, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, they're not going to explain how he got his head back, obviously, which is going to be bullshit. But
yeah.
I mean, again, I want things explained. Is that so hard? I mean, am I a bad person that I want Doctor Who explained once in a while? Or
I would be okay with if they didn't explain how he got his body back. I want to know why he's there. Like, if they could just kind of, like, 2 sentences. Why is he allowed to travel with the Doctor? Like, why would the Doctor say, "Hey, you want to come with me"?
Well, he worked for River Song.
Yeah, but
so maybe when she went to the library, she's like, "Could you just take him with you or something?"
Oh, okay, that's fine, but tell us that.
Yeah,
explain it to us.
Even if they explain, oh man, how the nanogenes work out, because like if it was the nanogenes from
whatever,
that's how he got his head attached to his body. That's fine, Then use that for Dory Moldvor also, but.
Hell, maybe, like, even say that, that he was so grateful that the Doctor helped him get his body back that he was like, oh, it's like a life debt kind of thing.
Yes, that's fine. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, anything else other than Missy possibly regenerating?
Yeah, there was a screening of, not Husbands of River Song, Return of Dr. Mysterio today. For an audience. Katie Manning was there, and she said it was the best Doctor Who she's ever seen.
Oh my god!
Single best episode. And another guy gave it 5 out of 5 stars.
I mean, really that good? Wow, that's amazing.
And
they don't just say that either. I mean, it's not like
Yeah, they don't.
They really liked it. They liked it. It's like they're not gonna just for the press. Oh yeah, sure, it's great. Whatever. No.
I'm a bit worried though that this is going to be that good. And then you're going to go back to a series, and it's going to be back to mediocre.
Well, again, this is not his last Christmas special.
I know.
We're gonna have another Christmas special next year.
Yeah. Like if he can only write one-off specials well, then and it's got to that point, then that's a bit worrying. But it's his last series. It's going to be his second to last Christmas special. It's not a huge deal.
I mean, they basically created the whole title of showrunner that everybody uses that now. They did. And I honestly think as showrunner, he really did too much. Like, he didn't really have to be part of every damn script or tell them what to write about. It was really way too much, I think. There was not enough freedom for them to just do whatever the hell they wanted because it had to be what he wanted, which was not really fun if it's a job, I guess, writing what he wants. And it's like he can't write it, but you got to write it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's fun, but I mean, with the exception of, Doctor's Wife, which Gaiman did it totally by himself. You had The Nightmare in Silver, which I guess he lost the script or whatever, and Moffat had to help him or whatever the reasoning behind it was, but, he's not back yet, which is puzzling.
Yeah.
Why he hasn't returned. All right, anything else, guys?
Yeah. We'll definitely be getting a Series 10 trailer at the end of the Christmas special because they saw it today. And they said that there's a lot of Bill in it, obviously, because she's a new companion. And there's a Dalek in it as well, which is no surprise.
Yeah, they really have to be seen every year, basically. So.
Yeah, so that's all they've said.
Which, wait a minute. If you think about it, what's that noise? Is that you, Connor?
I don't know.
Oh.
Is it?
If you think about it, is that you, Chris? That's sizzling thing? I don't know. If you think about it, right, they showed the Dalek in that little piece with Bill. So they did show that within the year, and they're showing a Dalek in the trailer, which counts as this year also. So a Dalek has been seen every year, if you think about it. So it's within the contract. Even if it's in a trailer, the Daleks appear.
I don't think we'll be getting a Dalek episode next year.
I beg to differ. I think they will appear. Well, I don't know about an full episode, but they'll appear.
Well, they'll appear, but we won't be getting. I don't think we'll be getting a full.
It might be like 5 minutes. Oh, he goes to Scarl, gets her out of there, and it's like okay, and the Doctor's like,
yeah.
So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye for now.